Hey guys, welcome to this short rendition of Taking Back Nerdom. Something new I'm going to try every once in a while when I don't have a lot of time and I'm at work a lot. But here I am, one half of Taking Back Nerdom. This is Kevin. I just got through, I've watched the first part of the He-Man series, and I wanted to give a quick little, summary of what I thought about it. I liked He-Man as a kid. I thought it was pretty cool. Everybody was like his kids going, I have the power. Everybody loved that stuff, man. And Skeletor was funny, and the henchmen, you always felt bad for him. And you had all that 80s cheese where He-Man could just break through anything. And, then we had the movie. The movie was a movie. I'm not going to say it was great or bad. It was 80s. Dolph Lundgren looked pretty ripped for the part. Don't think that was the issue. Then they had the New Adventures of He-Man. Honestly, I didn't really watch any of that. And then they had the one in 2000, which I suggest checking out, because unlike the original He-Man, they actually tried to give some lore to it. They, how the power manifests, and they gave some backstory to Skeletor. That he was they said he was an advisor to Randor, and some bad stuff happened, and bad blood happened. So there was some backstory. There's a backstory to Evil Lyn. There's a backstory to Teela. There was more backstory to Adam. And now we got this new one. And people have all been hating since they have released this. Even as cool as the teaser was. The first teaser they dropped was amazing. You can't say it wasn't. The music, just awesome. The trailer drops and the tone changes. And then it's like, and I'm going to go ahead and say this beforehand. Everybody's yelling, it's woke, it's PC, and I don't have a problem with them giving Teela some spotlight. I don't. But I'm going to tell you ahead of time. This is going to be a spoiler review really quickly. And if you haven't seen this first part, don't listen to what I'm saying. Listen afterwards and tell me if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me. But just to give you a quick synopsis of what I thought in my head, after hearing all this rumbling online, that maybe He-Man was going to lose his power somehow, doing something, a sacrifice. He's going to have to pony up and tell people that he was He-Man. It was going to cause a rift. He was going to be upset and exile himself, or Teela was going to exile herself, or a lot of things was going to happen, and Skeletor was going to take over everything, and it was going to be about finding Prince Adam, convincing him to be He-Man, and it was going to be about Teela coming into her own as a great fighter, and being able to hold her own more instead of being the sidekick, if you will, of the rest of the gang of the Masters. I thought it was going to roll that route, honestly, and then I heard they were going to kill him, and I'm like, well, maybe they do something like that and they bring him back. I had a lot of thoughts in my head on what it could be, and I went into it. I was like, look, I'm not going to listen to all this. I'm just going to go into it blindly. As much as I want to listen to all the stuff online, I went into it blindly. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of parts of this I was really disappointed in. And just to give you a quick idea, first I'm going to tell you what I was disappointed in. They belittled He-Man. They literally belittled He-Man, and they didn't make him unique. And I don't know why. I mean, they pretty much rolled this out. And they did this in 2000 a little bit, but they didn't do it completely. You still felt He-Man was unique and of his own. But there's parts in this show, towards the final few episodes, where He-Man's not unique. There's been tons of He-Mans, and that's fine. But they really hammered on the idea that they literally belittled Prince Adam and He-Man, in my opinion, and Adam is not special at all. Because anyone can grab that sword and chant that out and become a He-Man type character. And they show that at the end of the movie when Skeletor does it. To me, that was probably the most fatal flaw in all of this. I don't care if Teela got some shine. I don't care. I like Teela. I like Teela as a character. No problems with her. But the whole anyone could pick this sword up and chant this crud out, to me, which it might have been like that in the old one, and maybe because I was a kid I didn't pay attention to it. But for me personally, that was the biggest mistake and biggest gripe I have with this show. Is that Prince Adam, which I always thought Teela was able to hold her own, Man at Arms was able to hold her own. What made Adam special, because he was always the wimp that couldn't get nowhere, was the fact that somebody trusted him. Some lonely guy like him, with his power, to believe in himself that he could make a difference. I always thought that was the message, that you can go out into this world and people could think, well, you're nothing or you can't do this. But if you push hard and find your master sword, whether that master sword means your niche, your skill set, your confidence, what have you, you can become the better version of yourself. You can become your He-Man. That was the message as a kid that I got. And that was a very important message that rings for everybody. Everybody. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. That should be an uplifting message to anybody. Why would you take that message away? Because now it's not unique. Anyone can just throw this around and everybody can have it. It's not special or unique. That means you don't have to look inside yourself. You don't have to find the uniqueness that you have and build upon that. That message is now saying, well, you can just grab what someone else has and you can be special. So that means, what effort do you need to put into yourself? That's not promoting things. And that's my take. I'm sorry, that's my take. It's my take on the message that they ripped apart to give Teela shine. You could give Teela shine without doing that. And I like Skeletor. We didn't see enough of him, but I love the role. I thought the voice actors were fine. He-Man kind of looked a little prima donna in the face. They could have made him a little more gruffy, a little more He-Man-y, but still looked good. The graphics were fine. Fight scenes were good. We didn't see a lot of them, but the fight scenes, we didn't get a lot of He-Man in this first. And you know what? They killed him. They killed him, not once but twice. He sacrificed himself, and then Skeletor freaking appeared and stabbed him right through the chest. Now, granted, before everybody's yelling, they didn't show his body. They didn't show us if Adam actually is dead. They just showed him holding his wounds. For all I know, sorcerers can come around and heal it. Who knows? And I think in this second part of this He-Man, I hope Kevin Smith has a plan to bring Adam back in the fold and bring our tutor hero back into shine. Because, I mean, no offense, this is not, if they wanted to do a side project and call it Teela, you know, the Adventures of Teela and blah, 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 and make it her own show, I'd be down for that. But this is whether it's called Masters Universe or not, this is He-Man and Skeletor. He-Man, not King, what do they call him, Gray Skull, or the guy called Hero, which is both two nods at belittling He-Man. This is, I mean, and I always thought in the past, and I could be wrong, you can jump in the comment section and say, Kevin, you're wrong. I always thought that the reason why, that the sword, it was all unique for Adam, because I was always under the impression that it wasn't Adam's mom, the Queen. Wasn't she a NASA astronaut that landed on Eternia from a wormhole, and then he was a hybrid, and that kind of part of the reason why it worked for him to use that sword. And I thought I heard ramblings of that, like either in the original series or 2000 series, somewhere along the way. I think I heard that. And then Teela was special because she was the kid of the sorcerer and Man-at-Arms, and so she already had her uniqueness and her shine there. They could have used that as her ascending to the new sorceress. They didn't even bother to do that. And then another character, if they're going to throw some shine at, that used to get hated on left and right, was Orko. And then it looks like Orko killed himself. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to watch the second half of this show. I'm going to. But that's my gripe. The positives are not that great. We didn't see a lot of the King. We didn't really get to see the full depth of their reaction to finding out that Adam was He-Man. Not fully. I would have loved to have seen Randor's reaction and a little more than what we got. You know, I would have loved to have seen a lot of that. I thought they were going to roll with that. I thought it was going to be part of the drama. But we didn't get to see that. And hopefully they do better. Anyway, guys, that's my quick synopsis of this. You know, I do say check it out. Tell me what y'all think. I'm hoping the second half will kind of bring that back to the fold a little bit. As always, guys, take care of yourselves. Be good human beings. Love one another. Treat people how you want to be treated. Enjoy entertainment.